Greetings and welcome to another episode of Trippy Food. Today we are once again joined by the immortal, as you can tell by his background, the immortal Tom, old guy in Colorado, Raymond. Thank you for joining us, Tom.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back.
It's great to be back.
Tom is the meme food guy, and Tom found another. Well, I don't know. Would this qualify as a meme? Probably not.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think it qualifies as a meme. It just qualifies as something. I think it falls into the why category.
Yeah. So your scientists were so preoccupied with that they could do something that they didn't stop to ask themselves if they should.
That's right.
So what we are making today is, and I like the fact that they give you a choice. This is from I guess a recipe clipping.
It is.
Do you know what the source is from this? Do you know what
I'm not sure. I might have been a magazine clipping or a magazine page. It was definitely a cooking I think it was a cooking book or something like that.
But correct me if I'm wrong, but it looked like the whole page was things for school lunches. Is that right? So
I'm not sure. It might have been for school lunches.
That's what it looked like. It looked like something for school lunches. And the one that you pointed out to me and said we should try is red kidney or lima bean sandwich filling. Now, here's my thing. It's like, why would you say red kidney or lima bean? Those are two different animals. They're two completely different. I guess maybe they want to leave it up to you whether it's which one is your favorite. But honestly, in that application, I'm going to say neither. I like lima beans, lima beans with rice and ham hocks and stuff. Delicious. I like kidney beans, and some chilies and some like goulash and some dishes like that. But to eat a bowl of kidney beans or a bowl of lima beans, not so much.
No.
So the recipe says, and I think we have the recipe, right?
Yeah.
Not the recipe I have, because how much of this do we really want to eat? So the recipe calls for 2 cups of cooked beans, and I guess it's your choice, red kidney beans or lima beans, well drained and pressed to a colander. Now, the fact that it says well drained, I don't know if that means like you just took it off the stove and it's still sitting in its juices, or you're going to open a can which is going to have like water, packed in water or something. Right. In my case, I opened a can. You didn't make lima beans from scratch.
Open the can.
Yeah, and again, you and I, we agreed to do lima beans. We wanted to do lima beans because why not?
Yeah.
Because why not?
Why not?
So it calls for 2 cups of cooked beans, well drained and pressed through a colander. That's fun. Did you do that, press it through a colander?
No, I don't have one to do that with. Not really. So I just put it in a food processor and.
Yeah, I think maybe they do that because lima beans typically have a shell on them. It's edible. Like I never take the shells off when I'm eating them, but maybe that it's kind of like a different texture. Maybe they don't like that or something. I don't know what it is, but anyway, press through a colander. That's fun and time consuming. 2 tablespoons of pickle relish, which we have for 1 tablespoon. 1 teaspoon of salt, which we did half teaspoon. Paprika, they don't specify how much, so I just did it kind of an Italian mother shape. And 1 tablespoon, or in our case, a half tablespoon of mayonnaise. Mix well and spread on buttered rye bread. On buttered bread, rye, whole wheat, or soya. I opted for wheat. But you make it on whatever you want. This almost begs you to do it on white bread. Just plain like Wonder Bread, white bread. But I guess the bread's not going to be too terribly important. And make 6 sandwiches, which I guess fun for the whole family. So it does say buttered bread. Now I would think that this would hold up better on toast. But I'm just going with the recipe. So I left the butter up so it would kind of get melty. And so I will butter that. All right, Tom. So you ready to get started?
I am.
All right. So we're going to get a couple of fine slices of wheat bread. Are you using white or wheat or what?
I've got white bread, but
okay.
it's a decent rustic white.
That's what I initially got, but then when I looked at the recipe and I saw that it said whole wheat, I thought, well, I'll use wheat then. Maybe not whole wheat. So, does it really matter, Tom? So let's go ahead and butter that. I guess we just need to butter one side, right?
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna butter, and it's not really spreading that great, but you know, it'll work.
And I'm just wondering about the butter, but you know, every little bit helps, I think. All right, so we have that on. Now, as far as thank you. As far as the lima beans go, to me, it looks like mushy peas.
It does.
Yours looks a little bit moister. Moister? It looks like it has more liquid in it. So,
maybe because I don't know. Maybe I got heavy-handed with the relish or something. I don't know.
Or maybe the mayonnaise.
Maybe the mayonnaise.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, it looks like spreading
baby poop.
Like baby peas. Oh, the little pickle chunks in there.
It does not look appetizing at all.
No, it doesn't. It looks relatively nasty, as a matter of fact. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll throw a top on there.
Now, Tom, usually when we do a meme, usually comes out pretty good, but odds are not with us on this one.
No, odds are not. You know, that's okay. They weren't with us on the last recipe thing we tried either with the what was it, the donut salad or the prune salad? Yeah.
Yeah. And the chocolate pickles.
Yeah, the chocolate pickles, they weren't any good either. All right.
That looks nasty. That does not look like, I mean, I don't know. To me, what do you think?
Yeah, that looks like more like, I really don't think I should say what I think it looks like.
Yeah, it does very much look like a full diaper.
It does.
All right, you ready, Tom?
Yep, I'm ready.
And may God have mercy on our souls. It tastes like a vegan's idea of a tuna fish sandwich. That's what it tastes like.
Well,
it's like you're eating something that has no business being in a sandwich.
When you first get it in your mouth and you taste that mayo, it's almost like you hope it's going to be like an egg salad or something like that. Oh, and then that wonderful flavor of lima beans comes strolling on in saying, why am I here? That's gross.
All right, so right off the bat, Tom, thumbs up, thumbs in the middle, thumbs down.
No, there's no thumbs in the middle for this one.
Now, you're probably gonna be shocked by this, but I'm gonna give it a thumbs in the middle. Here's why. By itself, it's not great, but it's not horrible. Now, I guess you have to like lima beans to like this. It's just like lima beans don't belong in a sandwich. The taste of bread and lima beans together just don't work. However, I think that this would be a decent sandwich if you added ham to it. Ham. You put a ham in this sandwich, I actually think it would be a good sandwich because it would be like a plate of lima beans and ham hocks.
What would you think about adding, say, crisp bacon? Would
that would help? That would help. but the reason you'd have to add a lot of bacon. I think you'd have to add a lot of bacon would help. I mean, like I'm talking about like maybe like 6-7 sliced strips of bacon. Then it's like a BL what? Like a bacon, lima bean, and whatever. But I think ham would be good. I agree with you. I think bacon would be good. I don't think I would add cheese to it. And maybe
Tuna?
No, because it almost is pretending to be tuna. I think maybe, I don't know how old this recipe is, but I get the impression that it was somebody's way of saying, I'm going to make you a healthy sandwich, like a vegan or vegetarian sandwich, as opposed to like making you a tuna fish sandwich. I think it's probably an alternate to that, because it really, if you think about it, everything that's in this sandwich is the same thing that you would put in a tuna fish sandwich, with the exception of the tuna fish, right?
True. Yeah. Then, of course, back then days, depending on the era that this came from, people were trying to be just as frugal as they could and make things that people wouldn't normally eat into something that is semi-palatable and, could be, a little bit can go a long way, kind of.
And again, I don't know how old this recipe is, but let's say it's World War II era.
Exactly.
Right? Meat was being rationed during World War II. So if meat is being rationed and it's hard to find meat, this is the alternative. As a matter of fact, we should do some research on that and see if we can find out where the source of that was. And then I bet we'll find out that it was probably like during a period of rationing or something. So I don't think people were well, this isn't vegan because there's mayonnaise in it.
Right.
So it's not vegan.
No. And of course, vegan, I'm sure there were vegans then, but it wasn't quite the deal that it is now. So
now, Tom, because on your live streams every Saturday night, you fry things. You typically fry things on your live streams. How do you think this sandwich would fry up?
A lima bean, deep fried lima bean sandwich.
How do you think it would fry up?
I think it would probably fry okay. I'd have to. It would, because it's kind of heavy. It would probably sink.
Yeah.
Right away. So.
Yeah, and if you're going to deep fry it, unless you batter it, it's going to be greasy as hell.
Oh well, yeah. It'll get greasy.
Yeah.
No matter how you do it, but.
The other thing that I think would improve this is, instead of using paprika, we use cayenne pepper.
Cayenne, yeah. And maybe a little bit of minced onion or some garlic.
Yeah, maybe the assumption is that that's in the relish. But I used, I don't know what you used. I used Mount Olive pickle relish.
Yep, the same.
Yeah, it's just the plain Mount Olive dill relish, and there's really not a lot of other stuff in there. So it's mostly dill pickle.
Right.
So for me, I'm going to give it a thumbs in the middle. Sort of trending down, because it really by itself, it has no business being what it is. So sort of trending down a little bit, but still in the middle, because I think you could add some stuff to this to make it a halfway decent sandwich. Again, a few slices of ham, or like you said, bacon. Maybe bacon would help, and substitute the cayenne pepper for the paprika. I think it would be a better sandwich. But I would never have this again. I will never make this again. But it wasn't horrific.
No.
The texture's not fun. With something like this, it's almost hard to tell where the bread ends and the filling begins, because it's soft and spongy. They're both soft and spongy. But thumbs in the middle for that. I'm glad we did this. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. But I'm never making this again.
Yeah,
at least not like this. At least not like this. I might at some point in time, put the, add the cayenne and put the ham in and stuff.
Well, maybe we should try that sometime. Then try this again, but a revised, a modern version, let's say.
Okay, so you and I can talk about that, what we want to put in it, how we want to do it, and everything. And like the bread is not written in stone. How the bread is prepared is not written in stone or anything, so we can kind of, and that would be that. Actually, that's a decent challenge. A decent challenge is for us to make this and make it taste good, right? That would be a good challenge. We don't. So I would say that the one thing it has to be a sandwich, and it has to have lima beans in it. Right. That's the only thing. We don't have to put relish in it. We don't have to put mayonnaise in it and everything. We can put whatever we want in everything. So you and I will do that. We will come up with a way to make a good tasting sandwich that has lima beans in it, and we'll see how that is. So you there at home, sitting in front of your computer or on your big screen right now. Have that to look forward to. That Tom and I are going to update this and make this into a decent sandwich. Tom, once again, I thank you for joining me. It is always a pleasure. It is always fun, and it is always challenging.
Thank you, Val.
Thank you for joining us again. You out there, please be careful. It's crazy out there, but take care of yourselves, take care of others, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.
Thanks for checking out Trippy Food. If you enjoyed watching that video half as much as I did making it, well then I enjoyed it twice as much as you did. And if that's the case, you'll probably like this video right here. And if not, check out this video right here. That one's a little bit different. Either way, leave a comment down below. And be sure to subscribe by clicking on the Trippy Food icon right here. Glad you could make it, and we hope to see you again soon.